my goodness. What kind of like fairy tale
That's the truth.
dream
It doesn't happen
are
all
you
the time.
describing?
It doesn't happen all the time, Steffi.
Oh, I can't wait for mom to listen to this.
Hey there. How are you guys today? Hope all is well. Welcome to Cuttin the Bobo, the podcast where real conversation cuts through the noise. I'm your host, Stan Skeets McCormick.
I'm your other host, Steffi Patton.
Each week, we bring two generations to the table. Experience meets edge, wisdom meets wit. And we discuss everything from soap to rope and everything in between. Now, we don't always agree, but we always keep it real. So let's start cutting the boba.
Let's do it.
Okay. Today, I'd like to talk about something with you that I think everybody has some. And
Okay.
that's pet peeves. Do you have any?
Do I have any? I have an extensive list.
I'll
Extensive list.
bet you do. I'll bet you do. After having lived many years with you, I'm sure you do. So, what's one of your pet peeves that really grates your grits, Steffi?
Well, I'm gonna start out with one of the most obvious ones that I have. And I think you already know this, but one of my biggest pet peeves is loud chewers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to expand on this because it's not just loud chewers, it's loud breathers. It's people who, and honestly, when I'm at home and we're eating dinner together, you specifically chew with your mouth open. Mom sometimes does this thing where she like tries to get stuff out of her teeth. So she makes this like sucking sound.
Oh, we're about starting to go off the rails here. What do you mean?
So there's loud breathers, loud chewers, people who make sounds while they're eating. There's all sorts of things related to chewing. So that's one of my biggest things. Yes? Do we have a question?
I do not chew with my mouth open, Steffi Ann.
Oh, let's roll the tapes. I'm sure there's some tapes that we can roll.
I mean, I don't chew with my mouth open. I resemble that remark.
Oh, you resemble? You do resemble. I think you meant resent.
I do. I know what I meant, but I don't do that as a matter of course. But the one thing I want to say about that stuff, I know how you are with that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a pet peeve or is that a thing?
It's both. Because I think it's a diagnosable disease.
It is. What is that called?
Misophonia. I've looked it up. But there's also like, there's a loud breathing, and there's also like when people take a drink of something, they'll go like, oh, I hate that too. That is one of my pet peeves as well. All those go hand in hand.
Guilty as charged.
So I'll wrap those all up in one. That's one of my biggest things.
I got it. But is that a pet peeve?
Yes. I think that it can be considered a pet peeve.
Okay, I wasn't done. I was going to ask you, is that a pet peeve that shouldn't bother you, but it does?
I don't think it's something that shouldn't bother me, but it does.
Well, I mean, how is it affecting you?
What do you mean, how is it affecting me?
I mean, okay. I mean, I go like this,
It's the repetition of it. It triggers something.
I got it. Okay. I mean, fair enough. I shouldn't be trying to value judge your pet peeves. If it's your pet peeve, it's your
Yeah.
pet peeve. I don't get that one, but I mean, okay, it's not for me
Yeah,
to get.
to each their own.
I got you. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, what is a pet peeve that shouldn't bother you, but it does?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many.
Mm-hmm.
But something just because it's so recent is like when people this might be another sound one. I think it's just all the sounds.
Oh, I
But
know. Your
when
whole family knows about you and sounds. Okay.
when people clip their fingernails or their toenails.
Is this an at-home thing? Because I mean,
I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it.
mm,
I'm like, "Are you done yet?" Like, it is
uh,
so, like with every clip, I'm like, "Ugh."
is
Like
John good with this?
sometimes I do make him go to another room or I go to another room.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, when I clip
And
my
obviously,
nail,
that's a very normal thing. People are gonna clip their fingernails.
right,
Like, that
right.
should not bother me, but it does.
Well, yeah, but in that regard, whether it's fingernails or toenails, I always do those kinds of things in private, like, after a shower or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I have something that shouldn't bother me. It really shouldn't bother me,
Mhm.
but it's one of my biggest pet peeves.
Alright, let's hear it.
Okay. And your mom will tell you about this. I don't know why. I don't know why this bothers me so much.
Okay.
But if me and your mom go out to dinner, okay? Now if we're gone to bars or the Waffle House, I like the Waffle House, or if we're going to Culver's or something like that, we grab something, we eat it, blah blah blah. Okay, but if we get dressed up to go to dinner, I want everybody around us to subscribe to that same concept. Okay,
Okay.
like come
Like,
dressed.
everyone you're going with? Like, the family?
No, everybody in the restaurant should be everybody. Everybody in the restaurant should be dressed nicely.
What? You can't
Yes,
control everybody in the restaurant?
I realize that, but
Oh my goodness.
okay, there's a restaurant that it's called The Standard, okay? And when you're called The Standard, that's a big word. You should be a standard. Beautiful restaurant. You've been there, right?
I don't think I have, actually. No.
Steffi, I took you there.
No.
We ate there.
No.
Okay. Want to bet?
Probably not. My
We
memory's not
okay.
the
We ate
best.
we ate there. Okay. In any event, beautiful restaurant, great food. They have no dress code. They have no standard. We're dressed
Okay.
up nicely, and here comes some guy comes in bib overalls. Bib overalls. It took me out. I didn't care for it. But the
Did you,
worst
like,
one,
really let it ruin your night?
I don't know that it goes that far, but one evening we went to the Chop House.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this
Chop
like a
House.
steakhouse?
Chop House is a high end restaurant, white linen tablecloths, the whole schmear. All
Okay.
right. I forget whether it was mom's birthday or it was an event.
Mhm.
So we go out, we get a nice booth. And this is one of those restaurants where there are about 3 or 4 people coming over, one with water, one with bread, somebody with something else, and they even come out and give you a sample of something, that kind of deal. We're sitting there, okay, and we ordered drinks, and me and mom are cutting the bobo, and
Nice.
and this dad, I guess it was a dad and his son came in. And the waitress sat them in a booth directly behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now they were dressed like they just got off a tractor. I mean, the clothes were wrinkled. They were dirty. I
Not
mean,
off the tractor.
yeah, they were just unkempt,
Come
hayseed
on.
looking. I'm telling you. And I just felt like I made an effort to come here.
Yeah.
And this restaurant ticked me off. I'm thinking to myself, you're so, I don't want to say money hungry, but you're so about the Benjamins that you are unwilling to tell somebody, I'm sorry, but your outfit is not going to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing that they would have turned down would be somebody coming in without shoes, or a dude coming in without a shirt or something like that. That bothers me.
I
But
mean, other people are gonna clock it like you, so if anything, it's like kind of embarrassing for them.
they didn't seem embarrassed.
But other people notice,
Yeah.
so
Well, I kind of look at them
yeah.
with a look of disdain.
I'm
You
sure
know,
other people might have too.
yeah. I look at them like, really, man, really, you know, kind of deal. But think about it. You make an effort, and they don't. That
Yeah.
just it shouldn't bother me because I looked at your expression when I told you about it. You go like,
Mhm.
really? They're not in your group, but you're worried about it.
Yeah.
I kind of am.
It would be different if, like, if I was hosting, like, an event or
Hmm.
something, like my wedding, for example, and,
Mm,
like, someone came dressed down to that. Like, that's different, but, like, to a restaurant where, like, I don't have any stakes in this, like, I don't know these people, I don't care, like, I don't really
yeah,
see if everyone in my party is looking spiffy,
yeah,
I don't really care, you know?
yeah.
But if that's what bothers you, then
There's a restaurant in Pittsburgh called Del Fresco's. I think it's a chain.
mhm.
Try that stuff there. You come to the front door. You come to the front door.
They make you leave?
They make you leave.
Dang.
They make you leave. And I'll tell you an experience I had when I lived in Pittsburgh. I was I think I was in college at the time, and there was a restaurant called the Colony. It was right down
Mhm,
Banksville Road for all of you out there in podcast land, going down into Scott Township, going down into Mount Lebanon, at the bottom of the hill. And it was called the Colony. And I always wanted to eat there because it looked like that kind of joint. And it had valet parking, the whole 9 yards. So I wasn't unkempt, but I parked and went to go in, and they stopped me at the door, and they said, "I'm sorry, jackets are required." And I had a nice
mhm.
shirt on, nice pair of pants, and I said, "Oh, I didn't know." Ignorance of the law is no excuse. In any event, they gave me a jacket.
Really?
Really, they wanted the
Huh,
Benjamin, so they kept a few
mhm.
jackets around, which is
Okay,
which is really nice. Okay, and
nice,
I appreciated that. They had a jacket for me. Went in, had a nice experience. It was great. You know,
nice.
it's nice to have a standard
Mhm,
in life. You know,
yeah.
so that's one of them.
Okay.
You got any
What's
more?
a what's a what's a pet peeve you didn't realize you had until recently?
That's a toughie. But I think if I had to have one that is a recent arrival, it would be people who show up at your door between, I don't know, 6 and 7:30,
Okay.
unannounced
Uh-huh.
at dinner time.
Uh,
That is, I mean, that one, yeah. And the reason why that one comes to mind is that happened yesterday. Mom and I had just sat down for dinner, and the ring goes off, and I look at her, she looks at me. I'm like, "Ah." bruh. We looked at who it was on the ring, and we
Mhm.
opted not to get it, because ha-
Sorry.
yeah, had I gotten up to go and get it, they would have gotten an earful. It's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's just disrespectful. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's one that is a recent one.
Mhm.
How about you?
I think for me, like, two-parter, but they kind of are similar
Uh-huh.
that I've just noticed more recently, so I think it just, like, annoys me a lot more,
Mhm.
is when I hold the door open for someone and they don't say thank you or, like, acknowledge it at all, or when someone's, like, wanting to get in front of me in the car or, like, merge in front of me,
That
and I
one.
let them, and they don't give the little, like,
Mhm.
wave thank you. I'm like, "I did not have to do that. I
Right.
did not have to do that." So, like, "You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome."
That
Like, what
yeah.
where's your common decency?
That one gets me too, and like
I
whenever
feel
that
like more
happens,
and more people are just, like, not doing that. I'm like, "What is happening?"
it's like manners. It's like, they just don't care anymore. But when they do that, I always give them your mama.
So
I always
Dad,
I always shoot a love.
come
They don't
on.
I don't say it so they can hear it, but I just say it like,
Oh
who
my
does
goodness.
that? You back up and like let them in,
Mhm.
and they just like act like that's what you were supposed to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't
But,
like
like
that either.
but when you're literally, like, holding the door open for someone, and
Mhm.
they walk right past you, and they
Mhm.
don't say anything,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me.
Yeah, they try and act like you're invisible.
That's crazy to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
"Okay, next time I'll just let it hit you in the face." "Okay."
Exactly. Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. The good thing about that though, Steffi, is the majority of the time people are appreciative of it.
Mhm.
That's the good thing. But there's
Yeah.
always that select few that
Mhm.
try and spoil it for everybody, you know.
Mhm. I mean, maybe they're having a bad day, give them the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
but it's been happening enough times that I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'll tell you one that gets me.
Mhm.
You know, I'm a senior citizen,
Ah, yes. We know.
lay down, and I've earned my stripes. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So this
He's been
happened when
working since he was 7 years old.
eight, eight. But uh and I'm sure I told y'all about this one. This was back when I was working in New York, New Jersey, working for Warner Lambert, and I was staying in a little town called Randolph, New Jersey. And you guys, were you born then? I have to ask mom. You might not have even been born, but
Was this when you would come home on the weekends?
yeah,
'Cause that's when
yeah,
you scared mom, you came
yeah.
home on
I just felt
was that
like coming
yeah.
home one night and I just jumped in the car.
I
Like,
don't know in what world you thought that was a good idea to surprise your wife in Ohio in the middle of the night when she has how many? Yeah,
well, at
like,
least at least
to
Leah and I think
toddlers?
Maxwell might have been a baby. But I was like, it was about 9 o'clock and I was homesick. So without further ado, and I probably could have called her and told her, I jumped in the car
Yeah.
and I got from Randolph, New Jersey, home in Ohio in 8 hours. In 8 hours. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, what's the
S
pet peeve here?
so I was living in Randolph, New Jersey, and there was a little market there. It like a little upscale market. And you could go in there and buy prepared dinners. This is before they became all the rage like they are now. You can
Mhm.
go into almost any supermarket and get prepared meals. But back then, it was uh, an uptown concept. And so I went in there and um, Whitney Houston. That's where I ran into Whitney Houston and her little girl, Bobby Christina. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They were coming out. She was kind of fussing at her, but you know, they were coming out and I was going in. I didn't say anything. I just kept on
Played it
going in.
cool, played it cool.
Yeah, yeah, act like you've been there. So anyway, I go in and I went back to the seafood counter because I wanted to order some redfish, either some redfish or some halibut. Okay.
Mhm.
So I get back there and this is a young guy back there working and I'm looking at the seafood, seeing if they have what I'm looking for. And he goes, "What do you need, Chief?" It was like somebody slapped me in the face with a bag of nickels.
What in the world?
I felt jammy flat blasted. I'm looking at this dude. I don't think he was 19. And so I gathered myself, composed myself, and I said to him, I said, "Young man, looking at you, I'm old enough to be your grandfather. What you just said to me was the height of disrespect. How would you like it if I disrespected your people like that?" This was beyond the pale. I said, "You're a representative of this store.
Uh-huh.
That's not good customer service." He fell all over himself. He was
Mhm.
apologetic, the whole bit.
Bet
And
he
I
never did
said,
that again.
"Hey," I said, "as long as you learn from this, but
Yeah.
just please be aware of who your customers are. If it's a contemporary of yours, that kind of thing might fly. What can I get for you, Chief? What do you need? Fine. But by and large, customers want to be treated with a modicum of respect
Yeah.
because they've made an informed, intelligent decision to spend their money here."
Mhm.
That's what I told them, you know.
Mhm.
And so I just have a problem with young people who are just disrespectful. I don't
Mm.
know if they think that that's okay or if it's just reflective of how they've been brought up, but how me doesn't play that. And
Oh,
you
I know.
and you
I
know
know.
that.
Mhm.
You know that. I mean, if I go through um I think you guys have been with me sometime. If we go through a fast food drive-through
Uh-huh.
and I buy something and give them the money and I say thank you and they go, "Uh-huh. Nah. Nah." Or give me
Uh-huh.
the, you know, something like that, as
Yeah.
opposed to "You're welcome." It's time for a manners lesson.
Yeah. It's not gonna fly.
No, it's not gonna fly,
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, that's something that from past experience. I don't play that, you know?
Mhm.
And, my kids are totally respectful. You your
Totally
brothers, and your
disrespectful.
sisters. No, you guys are really good. You guys are really good. I think that your mother did a great job with you.
You too.
Thank you. I
You
wasn't
you just went fishing.
I
You
did
just
not go
went
I did not go
fishing.
fishing. I did
Yes,
not
you
go
did.
fishing. But
Yes,
it's
you did.
time for rapid fire.
But I don't think we got to enough pet peeves.
Well, we'll give you one more, but we're kind of short on time. What you
I
got?
don't think I don't think we got to enough. Um,
We
do
can
you have a
always do
pet
another
peeve?
show. Huh?
Do you have a pet peeve that you also do yourself?
You mean I'm a hypocrite?
Yes.
Yeah, 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 I do. I
Let's
do.
name them.
Okay. One
All my
that
Real Housewives of
okay.
Beverly Hills fans out there.
This is one of this one I really hate, but I find myself doing it too. And this is like when I'm talking and somebody doesn't wait for a break, no silence, no period, and just cuts me off. I find myself doing that sometime when somebody's doing a soliloquy. But when I pointed out to certain people, I won't mention who they are, they go like, "Oh, well, I thought we were in a conversation."
Dad.
I wasn't talking about you.
No, I know you're not talking about me.
Okay. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, because you're so guilty of this.
I know. I
It's
said,
so bad.
I was guilty. I said I was guilty. But you know what? I've worked on it. I've worked on
Ugh.
it, and I've gotten to the point where I can like hold my tongue, and it's so obvious. I am holding my tongue, letting somebody finish. And then when they finish, there's dead silence. And they go like, "Oh, are you done?" I'm like, "I was just waiting for you to get done."
Oh my goodness, what kind of, like, fairy tale
That's the truth.
dream
It doesn't happen
are
all
you
the time. It
describing?
doesn't happen all the time, Steffi.
Oh, I can't wait for mom to listen to this.
It's the truth. She will agree with me.
Can't wait, I
She
can't wait.
she she will agree with me.
Oh, can't
Um,
wait.
what is a pet peeve I didn't realize or you didn't realize you had until somebody pointed it out to you?
Oh. Until someone pointed it out to me?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
And then
they
I was
saw
like, "Oh, that also bothers
yeah,
me."
well, no, that they saw how it annoyed you.
Oh, hmm. I think on on airplanes,
Uh-huh.
I have multiple pet peeves having to do with airports and airplanes and how people just somehow forget how to behave and how the world works. But the one that someone pointed out to me is when the plane lands, obviously people like stand up, whatever,
Mhm.
when knowing that like there's nowhere for you to go.
Nowhere.
Like there's nowhere for you to go. But that's not the one that
Mhm.
when people like don't you're supposed to deplane in order. Like you go in order, like that's common sense. People just like come out from behind, skip through, will cut around people, and like John and I were on a flight, and he like mentioned something about like how rude that was, and I was like, that actually is so incredibly rude, and like, why are they doing that? Like that, go in order. Why are we not going in the order of
Well,
the?
see, sometimes what happens, and this one is
I
kind
don't
of
care if people are waiting to pull their bags down. You still go in order because
no,
that messes everything up.
I get all that. I get all that. But sometimes, like a flight attendant will announce that, like, okay, we're late getting in. And
Yes,
so, in the interest of people who have to make a connection,
totally get that.
that one, that one. But I'm with you. If they don't make an
Totally get
announcement like that, hey,
And people are just
I'm
selfish.
like, no, you're not blowing past me.
Yeah.
I'm the
I
aisle
will
police.
stand in the aisle now.
Yeah. I'm,
Box out.
I'm the aisle police. I'm going to end with
Box
this.
out.
I'm going to end with this one that I know bothers you because I see the look on your face every time it happens. When we go out to dinner and a waiter messes up and you look at me and you know I'm going to say something and you go like, it's all,
Ugh.
you're almost in tears.
What?
You're almost in tears that I'm going to say something to this waiter or something like that, you know. And this happened the last time we went out to dinner.
You're outing yourself right now.
I'm just, hey, I'm just
But go
calling,
ahead, carry on.
I'm just calling out a pet peeve that you have. You know,
Okay.
you're gonna sit there. You're like your mother. You're gonna sit there and take this abuse from a waiter or waitress that have you sitting there for like a half an hour. You know, we went to dinner. Okay,
Wait, say what it is.
okay. We went to dinner and we sat down. We looking at the menu, something like that, and ordered drinks. And this waiter did not come back to us for a half an hour. A
Yes,
half
why?
an hour. Okay. He finally comes back, takes our order. The food comes out fairly quickly. after that. Okay. We're sitting there and chewing the fat. It was Steffi's birthday. And this guy, all of a sudden, every time we look up, he's at the table. He's clearing a dirty plate. He's clearing a dirty plate over here. He's like moving this. He's like, dude, he's reaching in and all this kind of stuff. And he says, like, finally, he says, like, yeah, our next reservation is here. I'm like, we're not going anywhere. You know, I was so mad.
We
He
still had full
ignored,
drinks left.
huh?
Like, we still had full drinks left.
He ignored us for half an hour.
The more longer than that.
Exactly. And he's going to try and give us the bum's rush. Oh,
Remember what he
heck
did
no.
with my dessert?
Oh my goodness. We told this man
Insane.
that she has something called celiac. It's like, you know, gluten is a problem. And they have a birthday cake that they provide to people, or a dessert that they provide to people who have a gluten thing.
No, they have a dessert. They give you a free dessert for your birthday.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, okay, what desserts do you have that are gluten-free? And he said, we have a creme brulee and we have something with like berries or whatever.
Right.
And he's like, we have a cake, but it's not gluten-free. And I was like, oh, okay. Didn't even order anything. I was like, okay, let me think about it. What comes walking over to the table?
A gluten to the max piece of cake.
The biggest piece of cake I've ever seen in my life.
Humongous.
And he sits it down and I'm like, is this gluten-free? And he goes, no, of course it's not gluten-free. It's cake.
This dude was
I'm
bad.
like,
exactly.
Where have you been?
Right.
Do you listen?
Right.
Like,
exactly. He was bad. Okay. Time for rapid fire?
Sure.
All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Window or aisle?
Ooh, aisle. I used to be window, now I'm aisle.
Always aisle. Okay. Fly or drive?
Depends on the distance.
What would you prefer if you had a choice?
I would prefer, I don't even know what I would prefer. Driving's cheaper, so probably drive.
Okay. Fly.
And I like a good road trip.
Okay.
What would you prefer?
Flying. What you got for me?
Someone who cancels last minute or someone who doesn't commit at all to plans?
Which one is the worst?
The
first one.
Someone who cancels
last minute. Yeah.
Okay.
They're dead to me. You know. A hotel or Airbnb?
How long is the trip?
See, come on. Nah, come on. Pick one.
Airbnb.
Okay. I'm going to go hotel because your mama, early on, I mean, when we started going to Airbnb, she picked some dingers and not in a good way. But your sister is the Airbnb queen. Now except for that one in London. Okay. Except for that. I knew where you were going, except for that one. But beyond that, no, she does a good job.
Okay. People who don't use turn signals or people who drive too slow? Which is worse?
Slow drivers.
Okay.
Slow drivers. They're dead to me. I mean, slow drivers.
A lot of people are dead to you.
When I worked for Coca-Cola, I worked with a guy. He would not drive 1 mile above 55 miles an hour. I would be in the car next to him and like I'm digging holes through the seat. And I'm looking at this speedometer. It's stuck straight on 55. He would not budge off 55. It got to the point where I said, like, Gary, I can't drive with you, man. I cannot ride with you.
It's the worst when you're like on the highway and like both lanes, the cars are going the same speed. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
I hate that. And you know, your mother's like, she's a very safe driver. And sometimes, and she won't allow.
Stop. You're gonna get yourself in trouble.
I know, but she won't allow me to drive anyway. Okay, luxury versus budget.
Come on, luxury.
Figured. Just we're talking about Steffi. Plan or just wing it.
Plan.
Same here. Solo.
Um,
Oh,
my
go
turn.
ahead.
So we're back to pet peeves. Crumbs on the countertop or crumbs on the floor
Oh, crumbs on the floor
is the worst.
is the worst. That's the absolute worst. That's the absolute worst. I hate that. Take a minute, take a beat and clean them up.
Mm-hmm.
Solo or group?
For what?
Which do you prefer?
Solo.
Okay. Early flight or late flight?
Early.
Okay. And my last one, carry on or check bag?
Carry on.
Gotcha. All right.
People who hover while you cook or people who don't help at all. I know you
Whoa.
hate both of these.
I do. But I think the one that I hate the most is people who hover while I cook.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
Because
You like to have nobody in the kitchen.
Nobody.
If there could be nobody in the house, honestly, I think that would be ideal.
Yeah. Because, people go, why are you putting that in there? Why are you doing that? Get out. Just get out. I don't need that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah.
I try and feel like, you guys going out there, play games, watch TV. I got this. So, yeah.
Okay, last
that's a big
one.
Uh-huh.
Oversharer or someone who's super secretive?
The one that perplexes me the most is the super secretive ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oversharing. Oversharing. Okay, you overshare. But those secrets, there's somebody I know that I'm not going to say anything, but man, is she super secretive. And it's the weirdest thing. It's nobody in our family or anything like that. It's just somebody that we know.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, we'll talk offline. Well, guys and gals, huh? You
I
think you do?
I know who you're talking about.
Okay. Well, guys and gals, that's all the time we have for you this week.
If you're listening on Spotify, just remember to give us a rating if you enjoyed it. 5 stars, please, and thank you. And if you're watching on YouTube, remember to like this video and subscribe, and we would really appreciate it. Cuttin the Bobo on Instagram and TikTok as well.
And until next week, you guys take care. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week as we slide into your DMs and start cutting the bobo. Peace and love.
Thanks for listening.
Ciao.
Bye.